But if you want to know more about me, I got stuff on the internet, so I want to get into some tactics. What I got is something that can help you guys tonight. Who wants to know how to talk to people after you approach them? How to keep the conversation going? Does anybody want to know that tonight? Okay, what I'm going to give you is a tactic called 4WH. What this is that we'll keep the conversation going. It's not a routine, it's not anything like that. It's actually you talking about your life. This is a great thing. The reason you're going to do this is to keep it going whenever you just go quiet. And what you do, very simple. You look like you're in your head, you're like, okay, I'm going to talk to myself. You go, who is about you, and the rest of it is what, when, where, why, and how. You ask yourself those questions. You're sitting there talking, she goes quiet, you go quiet, like, okay, what am I doing? I'm in a bar, okay, start talking about the bar. Well, I'm in Dylan's last night. This is a great bar, I love this place. This could be the one of my favorite places in LA. Okay, so you start talking about that. Does she respond? Oh, nope. So you keep on talking, keep on going on some testing questions. Where, like, what am I doing here? I'm in here for Summit. I'm in here for a conference talking in front of 200 guys. This is amazing. This is one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. Okay? Does she want to fight on that? No. You keep on, you do on the next one. And keep on going down the line, each and every single one, asking your head, and you have an instant story. The great thing about this is you can actually keep on doing it throughout the entire night. If she doesn't respond, you can just go off on the next thing. What'd you do? Oh, well, what? I was in LA. Well, where did you go? Hollywood. Oh, I went to the theater. You know that theater where they do all those awards? Oh my God, that was the coolest thing. Start talking about that. You can keep on transitioning with this. This is one of the coolest ideas I've ever had. It helped me out so much. I'm glad I could give it to you guys. But I would like to give you one last thing. And I would like you guys to stand up, actually. Because I'm going to give you guys a little bit more energy. You guys are quiet tonight. Okay. I want you guys to start clapping. I want you guys to get louder. I want you guys to yell. Louder. Thank you.
Thank you, maven. That's awesome. You're awesome. I don't have anything to sell you today. I don't do personal coaching, never have, even though I've been asked to. And I don't have any products to sell you either. My orientation is, at this point I figure you've probably heard about 10,000 tips on how to do everything from dress right to eye contact to put the condom on your penis. So you really don't need anything more from me. But what I would like to do is maybe share with you something that I can for my orientation. I run the largest and most active layer in New York City and also about 21 other cities. So if anybody here is interested in getting involved in our city, there's a high probability we have a group there and we have a man working on the job right now and we can recruit you. If you want to be an organizer, definitely hit me up afterwards. If you want to join, let me know your city afterwards and I'll give you the website address and you can join. I'll tell you just quickly where I'm at right now on this trip. I am on the first ever guru tour of the U.S. We have a very small tour bus and we are traveling around the country. We started in New York about a week and a half ago and we have hit every city along the northern half of the country and we came down the west coast and we're headed back across. And as somebody who meets a lot of guys in the lair and has a lot of guest speakers come through, I know the game and the problems of my guys that show up regularly individually, and I can always recommend who the best guru or guy is to fix what their particular problems are. And the thing is, when I was in high school, I'm actually missing my 20-year high school reunion to be here this weekend. When I was in high school, one of the things I wanted to do when I was getting my driver's license was drive across the country. So I'm perfectly fine with the fact that I am missing that this weekend, and I love that I'm here, and I love that I'm finally driving across the country and getting to see it. Excuse me, I have notes because I'm extremely tired and have a terrible memory. somebody that looks exactly like them, and they say, well, if that guy's getting laid and he looks similar to me, then what he does will work for me. And I think that that is a trap, and that's a bad thing. And while sometimes that works, very frequently it will lead you astray. So I would say coming to something like this is good, because you get to see different styles and everything, and you should try a little bit of everything to see what you like. And keep an open mind. If you do indirect, give direct a try for a few nights, and vice versa. And then don't pass judgment so quickly. Give everything a try. I'm jumping over a lot of stuff here, so let's just skip that. I'll tell you my story. I got into this. I was traveling around for about a year, and sergeant with all big names, basically most of the people you have here this weekend up on the stage. Just tell you very quickly, what I think the secret is to getting good quickly is sergeant with guys who are significantly better than yourself. And this is basically what Hypnotica said earlier. The unfortunate reality is, though, I think all of you know this, that guys who are better than you don't want to sarge with you. So you have to figure out a way to bring value to the relationship so that they want to hang out with you. Now, value comes in all forms. Value, as we know, does not have to be monetary, although obviously the most direct route is to just buy coaching. I remember when I was traveling, one of the reasons I started traveling is my favorite best wing, who was better than me, we always learned a lot from each other, moved to Florida. So I went to Florida for 2 weeks, and I ended up staying there 5 months. And then I traveled around. I went to every summit conference available. I know last year there was the first annual NYC Social Dynamics Summit in New York City, which this year is coming up October 8th to the 11th. So what I did is sarging with these guys I wanted them to want me to stick around, is I would just get all of their obstacles. That was the value I would get. I would get any obstacle. It didn't matter how fat, how hideous, how ridiculous. Okay? I remember in New York one time, on the Lower East Side, I even obstacled the train chest up. Okay? So it doesn't mean you have to fuck them, you don't have to hook up with them. Just handle the obstacles, figure out a way to bring value to whoever it is, and they'll keep you around. To that end, we also have a spot, if anybody is interested in coming on the remaining half of this tour with us, for an assistant, or if somebody just wants to come along and cover the gas, that's cool too. And we're traveling with Bad Boy and myself, and there'll be one other coach, and he will, and you'll be able to get a lot of coaching on the way. I remember I was in Cancun one of the times with Bad Boy, and I didn't do direct. I only did indirect, and I opened a set. I did it super direct. I was doing indirect with intermittent results, and I was pretty convinced that I was going to fail. I was so invested in doing indirect for a year and a half that I actually wanted to fail, because if I succeeded, that meant I'd wasted the last year and a half of my life learning that and perfecting that. And I pulled her in under 3 minutes, and it blew my mind. It completely destroyed my reality of what I thought was possible, especially given the fact that she was half my age and a college coach. So I would tell you, just try it all. Now, the other thing is, as somebody who runs the list of layers, lots of coaches contact me and they want to get stages. And I don't give stages to everybody. I don't give audiences to everybody. I only let guys who are good speak with credibility. And Vince looks out for you guys and saying as much as possible as well. And he had a lot of great speakers here this weekend. He had Spear, Bad Boy, Marius, Orlando Warren, Adam Lyons, J.P. Garrett, Artisan, DJ Fuji, Michael Hurst, Brother James, Maven, Hypnotica, Darius, Nihal, all great guys. And Vince puts together a killer event. And however, I want to say that as a result of the fact that I don't give everybody a stage because they have to meet a certain criteria that I hold for them, and not just from a game perspective and a teaching perspective, but also from a business ethics perspective, I've made a lot of people in the community angry. And there are a lot of people out there who would like to get stages that I don't give stages to because I don't agree with their business ethics. Like, for instance, probably one of the worst guys is a speaker who even threatened to sue me earlier today. Here in this room. stay in the loop on what's going on, because otherwise you're going to get sucked in by some of this stuff. Because right now you're at the end of this and you're probably thinking, okay, what's the next step? Where do I go? Who do I work with? And the problem is, you're going to have, some of you guys have one day of infield yesterday, tomorrow. And one day of infield is great, and that's going to help you, but the reality is, at the end, one day of infield is not going to fix this problem. This is a bigger problem. It's not going to be fixed in 1 or 2 days. Only like 10% of guys are fixed by boot camps, and these are the guys that already have the discipline to go out afterwards and do it all themselves anyway. But the thing is, I mean, I don't really mind who I anger in the community, because I don't pay my mortgage with this stuff. You know, they do. This is a great hobby for me. I'm judgment-proof, and my allegiance is to my members. So I would just say join, and I'll give you one last piece of content that I see. Okay, we're wrapping it up. That's it. Meetup.com, Los Angeles Wing Manager here, or if you're in New York, meetup.com, AFC to PUA. And guys, good luck.
All right. I'm the last one. I get my ass on this fucking stage. Cool as fuck. Name is Sexual Chocolate, a.k.a. Steve Miles. Anybody ever heard of me? People. Owen starred with him in Australia. But I guess I want to talk about two things. What kind of makes me different than most guys, and one, what makes me different than most guys in the game. Two, what kind of changed everything for us. Hypnotica, well, who talked about that? One of the wing girls talked about it yesterday. Women can feel whether you're nervous, I guess we call that subcommunication. They can read your subcommunication. And when I solidified my inner game, that changed everything. It's like being on stage. And you can feel when someone's calm, you can feel when someone's nervous. If you solidify the inner game and you're calm, you're confident, and women can read that, everything you say after that is great. That's why I teamed up with some guys here. Hypnotic is huge. You gotta check out his stuff. He's got some organic stuff there. That's the first thing. Second thing is, how many of you met Dominique this weekend? You met her? What do you know about her? Personal stuff. What do you know? Okay. She goes to weddings, she goes to promotions, she's in Vegas. Okay, that's good. That's good. What do you know? Did you say you know that? What do you know about her? Superficial. What do you know? You already know. Superficial. What else?